In the world of sacred love, tension brews beneath every celebration, and hidden emotions threaten to spill over. This August, Ranbir, Meghla, and Adrija find themselves entangled in a storm of misunderstandings, unspoken truths, and a love triangle spiraling out of control. Will hearts break before the wedding bells ring? Let's dive into this week's explosive twists. Friday, August 1st, 2025. Guruji tries to offer spiritual guidance to Ranbir, sensing his inner turmoil and confusion. But Ranbir misinterprets Guruji's words, believing he is trying to interfere in his personal matters. Meanwhile, Zoravar grows suspicious of Meher's recent behavior and confronts her about her visit to her mother's house, demanding to know what she's hiding. The tension builds as Meher tries to explain herself, but Zoravar refuses to listen. Guruji, hurt by Ranbir's reaction, withdraws into silence, while Ranbir storms off, more confused than ever. The atmosphere turns uneasy, with both Ranbir and Meher struggling to navigate through the web of mistrust. Saturday, August 2nd, 2025. Ranbir finally stands up to Zoravar after witnessing him insult Meher in front of others. He questions Zoravar's harsh words and warns him not to repeat such behavior again. Meanwhile, Meghla is caught in a tough decision, choosing between performing at a prestigious concert with Guruji or staying back to help Adrija with her wedding preparations. Meghla feels torn between her passion for music and her loyalty to her friend. Guruji encourages her to follow her heart, while Adrija reminds her of the promise she made. As Meghla weighs her options, the pressure from both sides begins to mount, and she wonders if she can ever make everyone happy. Sunday, August 3rd, 2025. Adrija sweetly asks Ranbir to place the engagement ring on her finger, and though hesitant, he does it to avoid hurting her feelings. Later, she offers to cook a special meal for him to show her affection. But instead of cooking herself, she secretly asks Meghla to do it for her, hoping Ranbir will be impressed. Meghla, reluctant at first, agrees to help, keeping quiet to avoid drama. As the aroma of the food fills the house, Ranbir compliments the meal, unaware of who actually made it. Adrija smiles, hiding the truth, while Meghla watches silently from the kitchen, feeling both proud and uneasy. Monday, August 4th, 2025. During dinner, Chandan casually mentions that the spice stains are on Meghla's hands, not Adrija's, raising questions about who really cooked the meal. The comment puts Adrija in an awkward position, and she struggles to explain herself. Meghla remains silent, choosing not to expose Adrija in front of everyone. The moment leaves Adrija flustered and visibly uncomfortable, especially as Ranbir looks at Meghla curiously. Meghla quietly excuses herself from the table, while Adrija tries to divert the attention. The incident plants a seed of doubt in Ranbir's mind, making him wonder if there's more to Meghla's silence. Tuesday, August 5th, 2025. Adrija confronts Meghla about her private conversation with Ranbir and accuses her of trying to come between them. Meghla, taken aback, tries to explain herself calmly, but Adrija refuses to believe her. Later, Chandan criticizes Adrija for pretending to be someone she's not, especially for taking credit for someone else's efforts. Tensions begin to rise in the household as Meghla finds herself caught in Adrija's insecurities. Ranbir notices the unease but doesn't know how to intervene. Meanwhile, Meghla begins to question whether her silence is making things worse, unsure how much longer she can continue to hold back the truth. Wednesday, August 6th, 2025. Meher stops Ranbir just as he's about to meet Guruji, revealing that Guruji has a long, complicated history with Diljit. Shocked by this connection, Ranbir hesitates and starts to rethink his actions. When Guruji hears Diljit's name mentioned, he grows anxious and withdrawn. The revelation unsettles Ranbir, who never expected such a link between his present and his past. Meher urges him to be cautious and respectful. Meanwhile, Guruji sits alone, reflecting on painful memories he had tried to bury. The emotional storm begins to form on all sides. Thursday, August 7th, 2025. Guruji shocks everyone by introducing Ankush as Meghla's fiancé, which leaves Ranbir stunned and heartbroken. He misinterprets the situation, thinking Meghla has been leading him on. The misunderstanding causes a rift between them, and Ranbir begins to distance himself. Later, Ranbir's family convinces him to formally apologize to Guruji for past mistakes. Though hesitant, Ranbir agrees and offers a heartfelt apology. Meghla watches the moment silently, hiding her own pain. The misunderstanding hangs heavily in the air, threatening to change everything. Friday, August 8th, 2025. Ranbir offers to drop Meghla home after an event, but their journey turns tense when an argument erupts between them. Ranbir lashes out with bold accusations, questioning Meghla's intentions and honesty. Meghla is taken aback by his harsh words and struggles to keep her emotions in check. Their conversation ends in frustration, with both walking away hurt. Meghla wonders why Ranbir won't try to understand her side, while Ranbir feels betrayed by what he believes are lies. The emotional gap between them continues to grow, making reconciliation feel even further away. Saturday, August 9th, 2025. Adrija becomes suspicious when she spots Meghla speaking to Ranbir outside Guruji's house. She storms over and accuses Meghla of meeting Ranbir behind everyone's back, creating a dramatic scene. Meghla, embarrassed and frustrated, tries to defend herself, but Adrija refuses to listen. Later, Adrija confronts Ranbir as well, demanding answers. Ranbir stays quiet, unwilling to escalate the situation. The accusations stir up more confusion, and Meghla begins to wonder if her presence is doing more harm than good. Sunday, Trust continues to erode among 2025. Adrija makes a scene in front of the family, shaming Meghla for meeting Ranbir and throwing ugly accusations at her. Meghla stands silently as Adrija unleashes her anger. Meanwhile, at the Bajwa house, Meher and Zoravar get into another intense argument, leaving everyone tense. Meghla tries to remain composed, refusing to stoop to Adrija's level. But inside, she feels humiliated and defeated. Zoravar's temper spirals as Meher pushes back, resulting in another emotional outburst. The unrest in both households continues to grow. Monday, August 11th, 2025. During the engagement ceremony, Adrija becomes furious when she notices Ranbir's gaze constantly drifting toward Meghla. Despite the festive mood, she confronts him subtly, warning him not to embarrass her in front of the guests. Just then, Ranbir drops the ring on the floor, drawing everyone's attention. The moment brings awkwardness to the event, and Meghla quietly walks away. Ranbir feels conflicted, trapped between expectations and his true feelings. Adrija forces a smile, trying to hold the moment together, but deep down, her anger continues to simmer. Tuesday, August 12th, 2025. Ranbir remembers his promise to Diljit and sets out to convince Guruji to come with him. He pleads with Guruji, telling him how much Diljit wants to see him again. Guruji remains silent, torn between his past wounds and his disciple's request. Meanwhile, Meghla prepares for her performance at Ranbir's Sangeet, but finds herself emotionally divided. She tries to focus on her music, but feels the weight of Ranbir's engagement. The evening promises celebration, but heartbreak hides behind the smiles. Wednesday, August 13th, 2025. Ranbir shares Diljit's heartfelt message with Guruji, urging him to forget the past and consider reconciliation. Guruji listens, his expression unreadable. At the same time, Virji welcomes Chandan and his family warmly, bringing some positivity to the tense atmosphere. As the gathering unfolds, Meghla and Ranbir avoid eye contact. The emotions between them linger just beneath the surface. Meanwhile, Guruji begins to question whether it's time to heal old wounds and move forward, just as everyone else tries to do the same. Thursday, August 14th, 2025. Ranbir and Adrija step onto the stage for their ring ceremony, with music, lights, and smiles all around. But Ranbir remains distracted, unable to take his eyes off Meghla standing among the guests. The weight of his feelings becomes too much, and he ends up dropping the engagement ring once again. Everyone gasps as the ring hits the floor. Adrija tries to play it off with a laugh, but the tension is visible. Meghla turns away, hiding the hurt in her eyes. The moment that was meant to unite two hearts begins to highlight the cracks instead. Friday, August 15th, 2025. Adrija takes the ring and tries to put on Ranbir's finger herself, but it doesn't fit properly. The awkwardness escalates, and Ranbir gently suggests she keep the ring instead. The unexpected gesture leaves Adrija stunned and confused. Guests murmur quietly as the ceremony comes to an uneasy end. Meghla, watching from a distance, feels her chest tighten. Adrija clutches the ring, unsure what Ranbir truly meant. Meanwhile, Ranbir walks away, lost in thought, unsure where his heart belongs anymore. From ruined recipes to rings that refuse to fit, sacred love proves that the heart never follows the script. With Guruji's past re-emerging and Ranbir's gaze betraying his true feelings, the coming days are set to change everything. Don't forget to subscribe for the next storm of drama, revelations, and sacred bonds put to the test.